Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a new day in Los Angeles. We are honored to be joined here by my fellow general managers, Abigail Marquez and Lisa Salazar, the Mayor's Fund, and so many community-based partners. I am delighted to be here with you all at Central City Neighborhood Partners to officially launch our Peace and Healing Center program. Woo! Today is a good day. Right here at Central City Neighborhood Partners and community spaces all over Los Angeles, we are growing social, economic, and environmental healing in Los Angeles. Peace and Healing Centers are a $2 million investment in communities impacted by structural racism. And we'd like to thank our City Council for pushing this forward and financing this effort. Our 9 repair zones, which stand for Reforms for Equity and Public Acknowledgement of Institutional Racism. These communities suffer from the highest poverty, pollution, and overcrowding rates. These are the communities that were put on the wrong side of redlining in the 1930s. These are the communities that were denied investment in the 20th century. These are the communities that continue to suffer from economic and environmental disparities in our city. You should know that repair zones account for only 1/3 of the city's population, but half of the people living in these areas are suffering from poverty. And 87% of people from these communities are people of color. Now tell me, structural racism is real. We cannot pretend that Los Angeles was created equally, and we cannot heal this city without an intentional and focused approach to supporting those that have been wronged for so long. Now, we know there's a lot of trauma in our communities, especially right now. Hate crimes are on the rise, and we see police brutality nationwide that's impacting the psyche of Angelenos. Gun violence continues to impact our communities as well. Peace and Healing Centers are on the way, and is one way that we can begin to heal. They help the people who help the people by providing critical funding to trusted nonprofits and organizations that communities already rely on. We are not trying to reinvent the wheel here, folks. We are just trying to do it better, faster, and smarter with the people who have been doing it in a trusted way for so long. These are physical spaces with a minimum of 20 hours a week of open door programming to support underserved communities. They are a network of centers that bring communities together and provide healing centers in time of crisis. Peace and Healing Centers mean different things to different folks. Here in Westlake, it means community gardens and nutrition classes along with a women's healing group. In Pacoima, it means street vending and financial literacy courses. In Skid Row, it means healing through art, meditation, and shared meals. Peace and Healing Centers stretch all the way from the valley to the harbor and allow our community partners to develop programming that meets their specific needs for the residents they already serve. Now, we are excited to announce the following Peace and Healing Center awardees. El Nido Family Centers in Arleta, Pacoima, and Panorama City. Clap them up as I say their name. Central City Neighborhood Partners right here in Westlake. We're in your home. We have Bryant Temple AME CDC in West Adams, Leimert Park, Creating Justice LA in Skid Row, Proyecto Pastora in Boyle Heights. Clap them up. Volunteers of America in Los Angeles, South Los Angeles, Southeast Los Angeles. Todos Los Niños in South Los Angeles. YMCA Metro LA, serving the Wilmington Harbor Gateway area. I see you, Victor. So, there are a number of service providers, and you all are the people that the people rely on. So thank you for all you do, and all you've done even before this moment. We are so grateful to have all of these organizations do this work with us. And we are also so grateful to our team, our Office of Racial Equity, that is led by Director David Price. Where are you, David Price? Somewhere working. Right there on the front row. And we also have Tristan Mahler, who has been working. Please shout her out. And I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our entire team. You see us all around wearing our LA's for Everyone t-shirts. But Claudia Luna is our Assistant General Manager, who helps us to lift all of this work for a better Los Angeles. Finally, I just want to say we are grateful to the Mayor and City Council for investing in this work, and just really acknowledging the legacy of harm. And really, it's one thing to acknowledge it, but to empower us to do something about it. And this is what the city could look like if we continue to invest in communities in need. If we had peace and healing centers in every community, and if every Angelino had access to healthy food, mental health services, and just a community support system. This is the Los Angeles that we are building, and with the start of Peace and Healing Centers pilots today, this will be the Los Angeles that's worth fighting for. Thank you. Thank you. And with that, it is now my distinct honor to bring up my friend and fellow General Manager, Abigail Marquez, who runs the Community Investment for Families department here in the city of Los Angeles. Come on up, sister. You got this.
Thank you. Thank you, Capri, and let's give Capri and the entire department another round of applause. Capri was absolutely right in the introduction. You know, we do refer to each other, and I'm joined by our colleague Lisa Salazar, who's the general manager of the Youth Development Department. We're sister departments. We're sister departments because we work very closely together. We were created in the same year, and in response to the need to shift in how government was providing services so that we can be more inclusive and responsive to the needs of communities across our city. So it's so important that we lift up this work and we continue to partner and leverage our infrastructures that we have across our multiple departments. I am just so honored to serve as the general manager of the Community Investment for Families department. Our department was created again in response to the inequities that we saw during the pandemic. And I don't need to remind you of how we were not able to get access to quality health care in so many of our communities. Our schools shut down and so many of our students were impacted along with working families. The death rate in communities of color, you know, there's a statistic after every statistic, but we know that these inequities existed long before the pandemic. Our goal as a department and our mission is to break the cycle of generational poverty through the creation of community wealth. That is core to the work that we do every day at the Community Investment for Families department. But before our families and our communities can truly advance to prosperity, we know that we must heal from generational trauma caused by economic hardship and disinvestment, from the toll of struggling every day to make ends meet and we still don't have enough to pay our rent or put food on the table, from violence, and from the lack of opportunity. We are thrilled that 9 communities will have peace and healing centers that will serve as a safe haven and source of inspiration across our city. And I'm so happy that we're launching this program here at Central City Neighborhood Partners. Along with 3 other of our Family Source Centers, we will leverage all of the services that our Family Source Centers offer, from case management to financial coaching to emergency financial assistance to academic support for young people. You know, I've said this time and time again, and I will continue to say this. When the world shut down because of the COVID-19 pandemic, our Family Source Centers remained open. And they served more people. They serve more people than what they normally serve. Collectively as a system, our family source centers on an annual basis pre-pandemic, we're serving 45,000 people, unduplicated, providing quality services. During the pandemic, that first year we went to over 75,000, and then it went to 100,000, and we rolled out program after program. We helped with the largest emergency rental assistance program in the country that reached close to 50,000 households, as well as the second phase of the program that included issuing over $200 million in rental assistance. We worked collaboratively with the LA Housing Department to implement a citywide eviction defense program. We led the implementation of the largest guaranteed basic income program in the country that has funded and provided now over $37 million to over 3,000 households with $1,000 a month for 12 months. And our FSD services continue to be critical today, especially now as we're trying to recover from the disaster of this pandemic. And we know that it'll take our communities longer. Our communities are going to need additional support. And so again, I'm just so honored and thrilled to be here to continue to partner with Capri and with Lisa, with our mayor and our city council to continue to provide the resources that our communities so desperately need. So with that, I will close. Again, thank you for including our department in this effort, and I'm going to introduce my friend and colleague, Lisa Salazar.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you, and it's so great to be here today, a day of celebration. CCMP is a model program. It's a one-stop shop. It's a place where, yeah, let's give it up for CCMP. It's a place where the community relies on and knows that could come and get homework assistance, job training, assistance for their family, and now, will serve as a peace and healing center. So it's really great to be here. I'm Lisa Salazar from the Youth Development Department. I lead that department, and we're one of the newest departments in the city of Los Angeles. And we were created to not only listen to young people, but to elevate youth voice and to take that information and inform our elected officials on how to best invest precious city dollars in resources, programs, and services. And that's really why I'm so excited about the Peace and Healing Centers, because for the first time, the city is supporting nonprofit organizations and allowing you to increase your capacity to listen to your communities and create program that is in direct response to what the community says they need. To quote Lizzo, it's about damn time. I hope that over the course of the launch of the Peace and Healing Centers that we're able to demonstrate the effectiveness and the real power and impact, and that we can continue to fund programs like this throughout the city and even expand to more than just 9 communities, because we know that there are more than 9 communities that are in desperate need of this type of place, intentional listening, and partnership. And again, I'm so grateful to be here with LA Civil Rights and CIFD. We work together in partnership. We share information, we share resources, we leverage, we blend, we braid, but most importantly, we are committed to listening to you, to the communities. So with that, I want to say thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. And it's also my pleasure to introduce the woman who has dedicated the majority of her career to this community right here at CCMP. When the city needs help, Margarita is always here. She's always here to answer. This center and their staff, let's give their staff a round of applause, CCMP. I don't know if the camera's got a shot of this, but every Thursday they have a food distribution program right outside of these doors, and there are hundreds of people that are here every week to receive those resources, that hand up that they need. So without further ado, please join me in giving a big round of applause and welcome Margarita Alvarez, the director of CCMP.
Well, how can I follow that? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Central City Neighborhood Partners. And I want to thank you, Caprice and Abigail and Lisa and my entire CCMP team, our board of directors who's here today. Thank you so much. We couldn't do what we do without our collaboration. I was talking to someone earlier about how we are collaboration. We don't do it alone. I have so many stories, but I'm so glad that we're having the Peace and Healing Center here at CCMP because we're already doing that. We now have a space that is dedicated to that, but we believe before this that we needed a space where families could come and be alone. Sometimes we need that. Last week, I met with a couple of young women who are participants of our program, and I'm gonna cry because I'm a crybaby, but I'm gonna try not to. And they were telling me, Margarita, you know, we need a circle for parents. We need our parents to come and learn from you guys about how to be a parent to us, because sometimes they don't know how to be a parent to us. We tell them we need mental health, and they don't believe in it. Why don't you guys do a circle for parents? And I couldn't tell her yet what we were gonna have. And it's so needed. Women in our community need a place to go to. And I talk about women, but we also have men who come to us in need of a place where they can come and just get away. Many of our families don't have the space that many of us may have. A lot of them live with multiple families, and so when they need to be alone, where are they gonna go? Now they can come to CCMP. I wanted to share a little story about our food services program, and we don't ask if they need it. They can come and get the food. But during the height of the pandemic, we were doing the food distribution out here, so we had lines of people. And one of the drivers from Dash, she had a lot of moms in her bus, right, that will come to CCMP to pick up the food. And she will drive the moms to here, to the corner, and wait for the moms to pick up the food so they could get back in the bus to go to their communities. Since then, we now have a food distribution truck that we're able to go to where moms are or to seniors are so they can get the food without having to come all the way to CCMP. How we're different to other food distribution programs is that we're here, rain or shine. We're always here, every week. We thought that after last year that families will stop coming, not as much, but no, because food prices have increased. So when we talk about peace and healing, our families have to eat first. Children have to be fed. So important. But now we have a place where parents can come and just be. We have a calendar of events. I hope that at the end you can take a tour of the Healing Center. It's a beautiful space. I know some of our staff already wants to begin using it. But I'm so grateful that all the city departments were able to come together, City Council, the Mayor's Office, everybody. We have received the support through all these years, and we have been able to do the work that we do because of everybody. We do it together, and I thank you for the support and the belief that we can do it. Our team here at CCMP is here because we're passionate about the work we do. You know, I used to tell our team, or when we used to interview, don't come because you need a job. Come because you are passionate about making a difference in the community. And that's what we do. And we do it with respect and compassion. A lot of times people just want somebody to talk to. If you walk the food line, which I do sometimes just to see the families, and they're always so grateful. You know, they're always in Spanish, Dios la bendiga, God bless you. And we receive many blessings from our community, and that's one of the reasons we're here. Thank you to everybody in the past that made CCMP possible, because there's a lot of people like Ms. Veronica over there that is part of that history. We didn't begin this 5 years ago, but we began many years ago, and the passion, the history, and the culture of CCMP is still here, and I'm so emotional because of it. And let's keep this work going. Let's not just be a pilot. Let's keep it going.
Thank you so much, Margarita. Thank you for those words. And I will say this as we wrap, and I'm so glad to see the Mayor's Fund here too. You know, I was a kid that would come to these centers, you know, in my childhood, and I'd stand in the line. And it's just as I was walking through, I was just thinking, there are people that are in these lines today that are going to go inside the buildings and make sure there's more for those folks that are standing in line. So when you see the folks outside, just know that today they need the help, but tomorrow they're the solution to building a better Los Angeles. And Margarita, you are a part of that work. Thank you, sister. And we will take questions at this time, if there are questions.
Do you need Spanish? Anyone need Spanish?
Yes.
Margarita, would you be willing to do a brief overview
Yeah.
in Spanish? Thank you.
Okay, here you are. Here's your microphone again. You'll stay close.
Muchas gracias a todos por venir hoy día. Estamos en Central City Neighborhood Partners. No sé cómo decir eso en español. Creo que se traduce igual. Muchísimas gracias. Estamos muy emocionados de estar aquí hoy día para la inauguración del Centro de Paz y Sanación. El nombre quizá no quiera decir mucho, pero me imagino yo un lugar que está aquí donde las personas pueden venir y tomar un tiempo fuera de su día, de todos los días con la familia, con el trabajo, donde ellos puedan sentir una paz y estar como cómodos. Le damos gracias a la ciudad de Los Ángeles, a nuestra mesa directiva, a nuestro equipo de aquí de CCMP, a todas las personas que colaboran para poder hacer el trabajo que hacemos aquí. También, en inglés no lo dije, pero tenemos algunas familias, algunas promotoras ahí atrás que son parte de la comunidad, que siempre han estado aquí. Nuestras promotoras son nuestra espina dorsal de aquí de CCMP, porque son las que hacen todo el alcance allá afuera, que van y promueven los servicios de aquí de CCMP. También nosotros hemos estado aquí por muchos años y durante el tiempo de COVID hemos podido dar a la comunidad muchos de los servicios que necesitan, que muchos dejaron de trabajar porque no podían trabajar. Tenemos familias que no pudieron regresar a sus trabajos porque se cerraron las fábricas, porque se cerraron los centros donde trabajaban. Entonces CCMP ha podido ayudarles con el apoyo de la ciudad de Los Ángeles y con los diferentes departamentos, ayudarles no solamente con recursos financieros, pero también con la comida, que muchas veces no nos alcanza, como decía Abigail antes, de que aunque tenemos dinero quizá apenas para pagar la renta y nos quedamos sin dinero para la comida, hemos estado aquí también para los jóvenes. Estaba yo diciendo que hace días tuve una reunión con unas jóvenes que participan aquí en el programa y ellas estaban pidiendo clases para los padres, para saber cómo ser padres, que a veces traemos nosotros ya nuestros propios que estamos enfermos, porque cuando crecimos de una manera con nuestros padres y ahora nosotros estamos tratando a nuestros hijos igual. Necesitamos sanar para ser mejores padres, para romper ese ciclo de quizá de que no entendemos a nuestros jóvenes, y ellos decían, como yo le digo a mi mamá, ay, tengo depresión, y en lugar de decirme, pues vamos a ver a alguien, dicen, ¿y por qué tienes depresión? Que no entienden. Entonces, este centro va a poder dar esas clases a los padres para enseñarnos cómo ser mejores padres con nuestros jóvenes. Estamos muy agradecidos a todos y miramos para el futuro, para seguir teniendo este programa aquí, y les agradecemos a todos por su presencia. Quiero agradecer a la mesa directiva de CCMP por el apoyo que nos dan siempre para poder seguir haciendo nuestro trabajo. Gracias.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. And I just want to know if we have any questions. You can stay here. Any questions? Okay, all right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here.